Every day presents a choice. You can stay where things feel easy, or you can push yourself to take the steps that will change your life. This video is about what it really means to make things happen by challenging your limits and refusing to settle. It's about facing discomfort, overcoming fear, and moving forward even when it feels hard. If you've ever felt stuck or wondered how some people seem to break through and reach their goals, this message is for you. You'll learn why comfort holds you back, how pushing yourself builds strength, and why your future depends on the choices you make right now. Stay with me, because the path to success isn't about luck. It's about the decision to act and keep going no matter what. This video will give you the mindset and motivation you need to stop waiting and start making it happen today. Let's begin. Number 1, force yourself to move when you feel like quitting. That's the moment that counts most. Not when things are going well, not when you're excited, but when you're tired, when your motivation has faded, when you're doubting everything. That's the real test. That's when the decision matters, because pushing yourself when it's easy won't change your life. Pushing yourself when you feel like quitting is the point where everything starts to shift. You have to stop relying on feelings. If you keep waiting to feel ready, you will never begin. If you wait to feel motivated, you'll keep sitting in the same place. Growth begins the moment you move, not when you feel like it, but when you don't. The people who get things done, who change their lives, who reach their goals, they don't have more energy than you. They don't always feel excited. What they have is the ability to move anyway. This is about personal power. It's about learning to act, even when your emotions are pulling you in the other direction. Quitting feels easy. Stopping feels safe. Taking the day off seems reasonable. That's how most people stay stuck. They listen to that tired voice in their head and give it the power to control their actions. That has to end. You can't keep living like you owe your future nothing. You do. You owe it your best effort. You owe it your discipline, and especially you owe it your movement when you want to stay still. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need more comfort. You need to learn how to keep going when it's difficult. That's where strength is built. That's where self-respect begins. You don't need someone standing over you. You don't need loud motivation. What you need is that internal voice that says, I won't stop just because I feel like quitting. That voice is built every single time you choose action over hesitation. Every time you stand up when your body tells you to rest. Every time you say no to the easy way out. You train that part of you to lead your life, not your weakness. What happens if you don't move when it's hard? You stay stuck. You stay in the same cycle. You repeat the same mistakes, and then you live with the regret of knowing you didn't even try. That's a heavy weight to carry. Most people carry it quietly for years. They pretend like it doesn't hurt, but inside they know they gave up on themselves. You don't want that. You want pride. You want to look back and say that was tough, but I kept moving. The hard part is temporary. The resistance fades, but the results stay. Your body might ache. Your mind might scream. But if you take the next step, you start gaining something powerful. You gain belief, not hope, not wishful thinking, but belief that you can handle more than you thought. That belief builds with every single decision to keep going when you feel like stopping. You won't always win. Some days you'll fall short, but if you're moving, you're not quitting. If you're still in motion, you're still in the game. The danger isn't failure. The danger is stopping. The danger is giving up so early that you never discover what you could have become. Push yourself through the wall when your body says, sit down, stand up. Instead, when your mind says tomorrow, act today. You take that resistance and you use it as a signal that it's time to grow. Most people avoid that signal. They think it's a reason to slow down. But if you learn to see it differently, it becomes the green light to push harder. You know what happens if you don't move. You've seen it. Days turn to weeks. Weeks turn to months. Your goals get dusty. Your dreams shrink. You convince yourself it wasn't the right time. But it was. You just didn't move. That's a hard truth, but one you need to hear. Movement creates momentum. Inaction creates doubt. You don't need to sprint. You just need to move. One step, one small action. That's how you build the pattern. That's how you break the old habits. When you say I'm tired and still get up, you start to rebuild yourself. You prove to yourself that your feelings don't control your future. Your choices do. Push past the moment. That moment where everything inside you wants to give in. That's the battle. And it's not a big dramatic one. It's quiet. It's personal. It happens in your head. It happens on the floor of your room when no one is watching. It happens when you open your eyes in the morning and want to pull the blanket back over. It happens when you're sitting at your desk and want to avoid the work. That's the fight. And you win it by moving. The most powerful people aren't the ones who always feel strong. They're the ones who move forward even when they feel weak. They don't ask how they feel. They ask what needs to be done, and then they do it. That's how you change your life. Not by thinking, not by waiting, by moving, especially when it's the last thing you feel like doing. Every time you push yourself in that moment, you grow, not just in results. You grow as a person. You become someone you respect. You start to trust yourself. You stop doubting your own promises. And that self-trust, that's what will carry you through every challenge you'll ever face. If you give in now, the quitting gets easier. It becomes your pattern. It becomes your identity. You don't want that. You want the version of you that gets up, that keeps going, that doesn't care how heavy it feels right now. You want to be able to say, I pushed when it hurt. I moved when I wanted to stop. I earned every bit of progress I made. Force yourself to move, not just for progress, not just for goals, but because this is the moment that decides who you are becoming. Every time you act when you feel like quitting, you rewrite your future. That's not theory. That's how it works. That's how lives change. That's how character is built. Your body might resist. Your mind might complain. But none of that matters more than the action you take. Your next step is stronger than your excuse. Your next decision is louder than your doubt. All you have to do is move, push, one moment at a time, one choice at a time. That's how you go from stuck to powerful. That's how you stop quitting and start living. Number 2, take one more step. Even when it hurts. There comes a time in your journey when everything feels heavier than usual. You're doing the work. You're showing up. But there's pain in your chest. Not just the physical kind, but the weight of doubt, frustration, and fatigue. This is where most people back off. This is where the crowd thins. But this is also the moment that separates people who talk about growth from those who actually experience it. You don't build character when everything feels good. You build it when your legs feel weak, when your mind is exhausted, and when progress feels out of reach. The next step is where it all starts to change. You don't need to jump forward. You don't need a breakthrough. You need one solid step forward. While it hurts, that one step done with full effort becomes the proof that you're not controlled by your comfort. Most people live their lives avoiding discomfort. They back away the moment it stings. But the truth is, the ones who keep going through that discomfort discover a strength most never access. Pain is part of it. Not just physical pain, but the emotional weight of not seeing immediate results. The disappointment of falling short. The mental pressure of wondering if it's all worth it. You take one more step, not because you feel ready, but because you're committed to becoming better. One more step isn't about heroism. It's about being responsible for your future. You can't skip this part. You can't fast forward through the struggle. Growth never comes from standing still. Even if it hurts, even if it makes you question everything. Taking that next step is the most honest thing you can do for yourself. You don't need a perfect mindset. You don't need the pain to go away. What you need is to shift your focus. Stop asking why it's hard. Start asking what the next step is. The path forward isn't about eliminating pain. It's about proving to yourself that pain doesn't get the final say. That's how confidence is earned. Most people give up right before the shift happens. They stop right before they realize how strong they actually are. They convince themselves that pausing is smart. But what they don't see is that they've let pain decide for them. The ones who rise are the ones who say, this hurts, and I'm still going forward. It's not about forcing yourself recklessly. It's about choosing to do what matters, even when it's uncomfortable. That one more step is a message to your future self. It says, I'm not giving up on you. I'm willing to endure this so you can live with pride. That's the investment. You might not see the return today, but you'll feel it over time. That one step turns into two. Two steps turn into a habit. That habit becomes a mindset, and that mindset builds a new identity. Nobody is going to walk that step for you. Nobody can carry that effort. People can support you, but the decision to move forward, especially when it hurts, is yours alone. That's what makes it powerful. It's yours. It's not borrowed motivation. It's not temporary hype. It's the deep belief that says, I will keep going because I said I will. Don't try to escape the difficulty. Don't distract yourself with empty comfort. Lean into the discomfort and take that step. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to look impressive, but it does have to be done. Pain will visit, but it doesn't get to stay unless you let it. The moment you step forward, you remind yourself who's in charge. There is no shortcut to pride. You earn it, and this is how you earn it. When you push past the excuses, when you ignore the easy way out, when you choose the hard step, even with trembling legs and a racing mind. That's how you learn to lead yourself. That's how you grow your standards. There will be days when you question your decision to start. There will be hours when everything in you screams to rest. Those moments are real, but they don't define you. If you keep going through them, you start redefining your limits. You realize the boundary wasn't real. It was just a moment of resistance. One step is enough to break through it. It's not about pushing yourself until you collapse. It's about refusing to quit when it's about standing in the middle of the discomfort and saying, I'm still moving. Not because I feel good, but because I owe it to my vision to keep going. That's how you start owning your life. You take one more step and something happens inside. Your doubts don't vanish, but they lose control. Your fears still speak, but they lose volume. Your pain still exists, but it no longer has power. That step is your message to yourself. You are not ruled by weakness. You are not owned by hesitation. You are capable of doing what you promised, even in the middle of difficulty. Most people build dreams in comfort and lose them in pain. You can't let that be you. Your dreams deserve your grit. They deserve your follow-through. Not just when it's fun, especially when it's not. One more step might feel small, but it's the proof that you're growing into someone reliable. People will admire you for the results, but they'll never see what it took. They won't see the pain you walked through. They won't see the private moments when you kept going while your whole body wanted to stop. But you'll know, and that knowledge is powerful. That's the kind of pride that can't be faked. It can't be bought. It's earned in silence. It's built in the moments no one sees. You want progress. Take the next step even when it hurts. You want to respect yourself. Keep going when you'd rather stop. You want to win against the patterns that held you back. Then break the habit of giving up when it's difficult. That one act alone has the power to change your story. Everything in life that matters comes with pressure. It comes with discomfort. You can't avoid it, but you can rise above it, and you rise by stepping through it one decision at a time. Don't look for comfort. Look for the next step. Take it again and again, especially when it hurts. Number 3, make yourself act now before fear takes over. There is a very small window between the moment you get the idea to do something and the moment fear starts whispering all the reasons why you shouldn't. That space is short. It closes fast. If you don't move during that window, you lose your edge. You sit, you wait, and that waiting becomes hesitation. The longer you wait, the louder fear gets. It tells you you're not ready. It says you'll fail. It asks what people will think. But fear only has power when you delay. When you act fast, when you move before fear builds momentum, it can't stop you. You have to train yourself to act in the moment, not tomorrow, not when everything feels just right, not when you're fully confident. Now, right now, because the longer you think about it, the more you feed the doubt. You don't need to know the full plan. You just need to take the first real action. Action beats fear every time, but only if you move quickly. Most people spend their lives overthinking. They analyze until the opportunity fades. They tell themselves they need more clarity, more time, more support. But what they really need is courage. And courage isn't something you find sitting still. Courage grows the second you take a step despite the fear. The second you move, you prove to yourself that fear is not in charge. That's when your confidence starts to build. That's when you take ownership of your life. Fear waits for you to slow down. It waits for you to pause just long enough to get in your head. That's when it wins. That's when it wraps around your ambition and chokes it out. But if you take action fast, you don't give it the chance. You disrupt the pattern. You break the habit of fear controlling your choices. You take back the steering wheel and you say, this is my life and I decide how I show up. The more you act in the face of fear, the more fearless you become. Not because fear disappears, but because you stop giving it the authority to rule you. You don't negotiate with fear. You don't argue with it. You move, you act, you step forward with a clear decision, and you let your actions speak louder than the noise in your head. Fear often shows up disguised as logic. It sounds smart. It tells you to be cautious, to be practical. But deep down, you know the difference between fear and wisdom. Wisdom guides you with direction. Fear stops you with doubt. You must be able to recognize the voice that holds you back. And once you hear it, you must not wait. Waiting is fuel for fear. Moving is how you shut it down. You're not weak because you feel afraid. Everyone feels it. You become weak when you surrender to it. You become powerful when you act anyway. That power is earned. You earn it by refusing to stay still. When your heart is pounding, you earn it by doing what needs to be done while fear begs you to run the other way. There's something powerful about the decision to act now. It doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need to be dramatic, but it needs to be real. A message to yourself that you are no longer led by fear. A message that says this matters enough for me to move now, not later, now. That's how you take back control of your future. The people who succeed are not the ones who never feel fear. They are the ones who take action faster than fear can stop them. They build a habit of moving before fear gets a grip. And the more they do it, the easier it gets. Because your brain learns. It learns that fear doesn't get rewarded. It learns that action leads to progress. And over time, it gives you more space to act with clarity and less resistance. Every time you hesitate, you train yourself to doubt. Every time you move quickly, you train yourself to trust. And trust in yourself is the most important thing you can build. It's the foundation for every goal, every dream, every challenge you face. You have to be someone you can rely on. And that starts with acting when it's hardest to act. Think about what you've delayed. Think about the things you said you'd do but never started. Why didn't you move? What stopped you? Most of the time, it wasn't a real obstacle. It was fear dressed up as caution. And it's still there waiting to hold you back again. The way to beat it is simple. Do the thing now. Speak the truth now. Start the process now, while it still scares you. That's how you grow. You're not going to wake up one day suddenly fearless, but you can wake up and choose to act in spite of fear. That's within your power, and you'll feel the shift immediately. You'll feel that spark inside you light back up. You'll feel your momentum start to build, not because everything became easier, but because you got stronger. The timing will never be perfect. The feeling of complete readiness might never come. But if the idea matters, if the dream means something, then waiting is the fastest way to kill it. Don't wait. Move. Do something that scares you today. Not because it's easy, but because it's the only way forward. Fear has taken enough from you already. It's stolen time. It's stolen peace. It's stolen growth. It only wins when you hesitate. It loses when you act. And every time you do, you get a little braver, a little stronger, and a lot more alive. The clock is ticking, and you can't afford to give fear another minute of your life. Make the move. Speak the words. Begin the project. Take the step before fear gets a chance to grow. That's how you take your power back. That's how you change everything. Number 4. Push harder today to stop hating tomorrow. Regret is heavy. It builds up over time and stays with you longer than you'd like. You look back and wish you had done more. You remember the moments you stayed in bed when you could have gotten up. You remember skipping the work because it felt hard. You remember giving up because no one was watching. And every time you look back, a piece of you feels like you let yourself down. That's not the kind of life you want to carry. You don't want to keep hating where you are because of what you didn't do. That's why you must push harder today. There is a version of your future that either thanks you or resents you. And that version is shaped by what you choose to do right now. Not tomorrow, not when things get easier, right now, when it's hard, right now, when no one's pushing you, right now, when you feel like quitting. What you do today builds the person you become. If you slack off now, you pass the cost to your future self. You hand them a problem. You give them a mess. You make their life harder, and that's unfair to you. You need to take responsibility for your own future. No one's coming to save you. No one is going to knock on your door and force you to work. You must decide that what you want is worth the pain. that the struggle is better than the shame of looking back and realizing you could have done more. Every time you think about taking it easy, ask yourself if it's worth it. Ask if skipping this day will help you or hurt you. You already know the answer. Hating your life doesn't start overnight. It starts by cutting corners. It starts by making excuses. One skipped task becomes two. One lazy choice becomes a habit. And then you wake up months later wondering how you ended up here. You don't have to let it get that far. You can interrupt that pattern. You can choose to push through the discomfort now, so you're not carrying regret later. Every difficult day you survive makes the next one easier. Every time you go all in, you strengthen the part of you that wants to win. You prove that you're capable, that you're serious, that you don't back down when things get tough. You build trust with yourself. And that trust is what keeps you going when motivation runs out. It's not about being perfect. It's not about doing everything flawlessly. It's about refusing to give in when it's hard. It's about standing up for the life you want. You don't get stronger by avoiding hard work. You get stronger by showing up anyway, by sweating through it, by feeling the pain and choosing to keep going. The effort you give today is not wasted. It builds up. It creates momentum. It makes tomorrow lighter. But if you skip it, if you choose comfort over effort, you stay stuck. And staying stuck leads to frustration. It leads to feeling like life is unfair. But it's not unfair. It's just that you didn't push when you had the chance. You didn't put in the work when it mattered. And now you're living with the result of that choice. Don't let your future self carry the weight of your present weakness. Don't make them wake up one day with regret in their chest. Give them something better. Give them pride. Give them progress. Give them peace. That starts with how hard you're willing to push right now. You have one life, one chance to build something you're proud of. And it won't come from shortcuts. It won't come from waiting until it feels easy. You've got to push past the resistance. You've got to take control of your day before it controls you. The discomfort you feel now is temporary. The pride you'll feel later lasts much longer. Discipline is hard, but self-hate is harder. It eats away at you slowly. It makes you question yourself. It drains your energy, and it's completely preventable. You can avoid it by doing what needs to be done right now, by holding yourself to a higher standard, not because someone's watching, but because you know what's at stake. Start seeing each day as a test, a chance to prove to yourself that you're committed, that you have what it takes, that you're not just talking about change, you're doing something about it. Push harder because you owe it to yourself. Push harder because you've wasted enough time. Push harder because nothing else will fix the life you're unhappy with. Accept consistent effort. Don't wait for a sign. Don't wait until you feel that you're not going to feel like it most of the time. But you don't need to. What you need is to act, to make yourself get up, to do what's right, not what's easy. That's how real progress starts. That's how you move forward when everything in you wants to stop. Every single day you have a choice to fight for the life you want, or accept the one you don't. You can complain about where you are, or you can do something to change it. You can stay in the same cycle, or break it. And breaking it means pushing harder than you ever have before. You will never regret the work you put in. You will never regret choosing discipline over laziness. You will never regret doing what needed to be done. What you will regret is wasting time, letting days go by without purpose, letting your dreams get smaller because you weren't willing to fight for them. Don't let that happen to you. Not again, not this time. Make today count. Push pusher than yesterday. Push like your life depends on it. Because it does. Number 5, get uncomfortable now to create your future life. Comfort is the trap that keeps people stuck in the same place year after year. You wake up, you go through the motions, you repeat yesterday all over again. And while you stay there safe, familiar, easy, your dreams are waiting. They don't move closer. They don't knock on your door. They sit on the other side of discomfort. You want to grow? You want to change your life? Then you must do the things that make you uncomfortable. You have to push yourself where you've never been before. Nothing about growth is supposed to feel good in the beginning. Growth doesn't happen when you're relaxed. It happens when you step into the unknown and figure it out. The life you want won't come from doing what's easy. It will come from stretching yourself beyond what you thought was possible. That means showing up when you don't feel ready. That means saying yes to challenges that scare you. That means pushing through the fear and the doubt and doing the work anyway. Too many people waste years chasing comfort. They avoid pain. They avoid challenge. They avoid effort. But the longer you stay in that place, the harder it becomes to leave. You get used to feeling safe. You convince yourself that it's enough. But deep down, you know it's not. You know there's more inside you. And the only way to bring that out is to get uncomfortable. You can't grow your confidence by repeating the same routine. You build confidence by stepping into new situations and figuring out how to handle them. You build belief in yourself by showing up when things get hard. Every uncomfortable step you take strengthens your ability to handle what's next. And the more you lean into discomfort, the more power you have over your future. This moment right now, this is the fork in the road. You can keep doing what's easy, or you can do what's right. You can keep chasing comfort, or you can chase the life you were meant to live. That life is not built by chance. It is built on discipline, sacrifice, consistency, and courage. You don't get to live the life of your dreams without paying a price. And that price is doing what others won't do. That price is making yourself uncomfortable on purpose. Wake up earlier than you want to. Work longer than you feel like. Study when your mind is tired. Move your body when it aches. Say no to distractions. Say yes to effort. Turn off the noise. Focus on your mission. These are the things that build your future. These are the choices that shape the life you'll one day live. Each decision you make either brings you closer or keeps you stuck. People who win don't wait until they feel ready. They don't wait until everything feels good. They move while it's hard. They act while it's scary. They accept the tension. They lean into the challenge. That's how they build something real. That's how they go from surviving to succeeding. Discomfort is not the enemy. It is the path. It shows you where your limits are, and it invites you to go beyond them. Every time you resist the urge to quit, you build strength. Every time you say yes to what feels difficult, you build character. The future belongs to the ones who are willing to be uncomfortable right now. Look at the people you admire, the ones who are living with purpose, the ones who built something with their own hands. They all have one thing in common. They chose discomfort over regret. They made the decision to sacrifice comfort today so they could build something meaningful for tomorrow. They paid the price up front. That's what success demands. That's what greatness requires. Nobody owes you your dream. You must go out and earn it. And earning it means doing the things that scare you, that stretch you, that wake you up in the middle of the night. You don't reach your potential by hiding. You reach it by facing your weaknesses and doing something about them. You make yourself uncomfortable by setting high standards and refusing to back down from them. You can't build a strong mind in a comfortable life. Comfort weakens your edge. It dulls it makes you forget what you're capable of. That's why you must get up and do the hard things. You must create pressure on purpose. You must train yourself to stay calm under stress, to stay focused under fury, to stay disciplined when no one's watching. That's how you earn your future. It doesn't matter how far behind you think you are. What matters is what you're willing to do today. Are you willing to trade comfort for effort? Are you willing to stop talking and start doing? Are you willing to feel the discomfort of change for the reward of transformation? That's the test. That's what separates the dreamers from the doers. Discomfort now is the doorway to peace later. You can endure some pain now, or you can carry regret later. You can feel the discomfort of discipline or the weight of disappointment. It's your life. You decide which one you can live with. But make no mistake, comfort will cost you. It will cost you time. It will cost you growth. It will cost you your dreams. You must ask yourself what matters more, being comfortable or being fulfilled. You don't get both. You get one or the other. And the one you choose every single day is the one that shapes the rest of your life. Make the choice that gives you a future. Make the choice that proves you're serious. Make the choice that shows you're not here to stay average. Your life is not built on feelings. It is built on action. And the most important actions are the ones you don't want to take. That's where the change lives. That's where your future is hiding. Don't wait for the right mood. Don't wait for the fear to disappear. Walk through it. Push through it. Keep going anyway. That's how you... Number 6, demand more from yourself than anyone ever will. The person you should expect the most from is you. That responsibility cannot be handed off to someone else. No one else will push you as hard as you need. No one else will hold you accountable when it matters. If you want to move forward and make things happen, the first step is demanding more from yourself. Not because anyone else expects it, but because you know what you're capable of. You owe it to yourself to set higher standards every day. People often wait for outside pressure to change. They wait for a boss, a coach, a friend, or a situation to force them into action. But true progress starts with an internal demand that no one else can fulfill. When you demand more from yourself, you're the one who decides how hard to work. You're the one who decides to get up early, stay late, and put in the effort when nobody is watching. That kind of self-expectation drives results and builds character. It's easy to settle for what feels comfortable, to live with excuses and give yourself permission to do less. But that path leads nowhere worth going. People who succeed refuse to accept average from themselves. They refuse to accept half effort, lazy days, or excuses. When you demand more, you push past those limits and make room for growth. You refuse to let yourself off the hook. Holding yourself to a higher standard means looking at your work honestly. It means asking if what you're doing today is enough to reach your goals tomorrow. It means facing your weaknesses and addressing them. It means not being satisfied with good enough. It means knowing that if you want better results, you must give better effort. You are the only one who controls how much you give. This demand from yourself creates a strong foundation for discipline. Discipline doesn't come from outside pressure, but from inside. When you have high expectations, discipline becomes easier because you care. You want to reach those standards. You want to prove to yourself that you're capable. Without that internal push, discipline fades fast. Motivation alone is not enough. You must create expectations that you refuse to lower. Demanding more means setting goals that scare you, goals that challenge you to learn new skills, change habits, and break old patterns. These goals require consistent work and mental toughness. They require sacrifice, but they also bring a sense of pride and accomplishment. When you meet the high expectations you set, it changes how you see yourself. It builds confidence that lasts far beyond any single win. There will be moments when this demand feels heavy. You will face setbacks, doubts, and frustration. You will want to quit or settle for less. This is when your commitment to yourself is tested most. When you demand more, you make a promise to keep going, even when it's hard. You refuse to allow temporary feelings to control your future. This inner demand builds resilience and strength that no external force can match. Surrounding yourself with people who expect less from you can be dangerous. They can lower your standards without realizing it. That's why the strongest source of motivation must come from inside. No one can lower or raise your expectations unless you allow it. This means taking control of your own mind and focus. Guard your energy and attention carefully. Use that power to push yourself beyond what anyone else thinks possible. As you demand more from yourself, your actions become intentional. You stop drifting through the day waiting for luck or opportunity. You start taking clear steps toward your goals. You make better decisions because you hold yourself accountable. You don't waste time on distractions or excuses. You create habits that reinforce your high standards and keep you moving forward. This process builds momentum that carries you through challenges. There is a deep satisfaction that comes with holding yourself to a higher level. It is the satisfaction of knowing you gave everything you had. You didn't cheat yourself. You didn't quit early. You didn't settle for less than your potential. This satisfaction fuels further growth and success. It builds pride that is impossible to take away. The people who demand more from themselves become leaders in their own lives and inspire others to do the same. The truth is that no one else will fight as hard for your dreams as you will. The world will not hand you success on a silver platter. You must go out and earn it every day. That requires a mindset that refuses to accept less. It demands that you stretch beyond your comfort zone and push your limits. It requires that you refuse to settle and that you hold yourself accountable when no one else does. You are your greatest asset. Investing effort and discipline in yourself creates returns that last a lifetime. When you demand more from yourself, you activate your full potential. You become the person capable of achieving the goals others only dream about. This demand transforms dreams into plans and plans into reality. It changes your life because you become the driver of your own success. The path to making it happen starts with raising your own standards. When you decide to hold yourself accountable every day, everything changes. The small choices you make add up to big results. This demand shapes your habits, your mindset, and your future. It moves you from hoping for success to working for success. It makes you unstoppable because you are the one who refuses to quit. Expect more from yourself, not because you have to, but because you know you can. Expect more because the future you want deserves your best effort now. Expect more because you respect yourself and your potential. This demand is the foundation of all progress. It is the engine that drives achievement and fulfillment. When you make this choice, you become the master of your own destiny and the maker of your own life. Number 7, do what you avoid to finally break limits. Avoidance is a natural reaction when things feel difficult or uncomfortable. Everyone experiences this urge to stay away from challenges that make them uneasy. It's human to hesitate when faced with something that pushes you beyond your usual boundaries. But avoiding those tough moments only keeps you stuck. If you want to break your limits and move forward, you must face what you avoid. You have to do the things you put off or run from, because those are the areas where growth happens. When you avoid something, you create invisible walls around your life. These walls keep you safe, but also keep you trapped. Every time you turn away from a challenge or skip an uncomfortable task, you build those walls higher. You close the door on opportunities for a frikik. Fear and doubt find space to grow. But every time you face what you avoid, you chip away at those walls. You open doors to new possibilities and strengths you never knew you had. Doing what you avoid is not about punishment or forcing yourself to suffer. It's about training your mind and body to handle discomfort. It's about showing yourself that fear and hesitation do not control your action. This practice strengthens your willpower. It builds confidence. It teaches you that the limits you believed in were never real. They were just stories you told yourself based on past fears or failures. It's important to identify exactly what you avoid. Be honest with yourself. What tasks do you put off? What conversations do you delay? What changes do you resist? Often avoidance hides behind busyness or distraction. It's easier to fill your day with things that feel safe and familiar. But safe and familiar don't bring growth. Facing the truth about what you avoid takes courage. It requires humility to admit fear and weakness. But this self-awareness is the key to breaking through. Once you know what you avoid, make a plan to take small steps toward those things. It doesn't have to be all at once. Start with manageable actions that push you just enough to build confidence. Each time you take a step, you prove to yourself that avoidance loses power. These small wins accumulate into major breakthroughs. You build momentum and find that what once felt impossible becomes possible. The discomfort you feel when doing what you avoid is temporary. It might feel intense at first, but it won't last forever. On the other side of that discomfort lies growth, freedom, and progress. When you break through your avoidance, you see new parts of yourself. You discover strength and resilience you didn't know existed. You learn that you are capable of handling more than you thought. This realization changes everything because it rewires your belief about what you can achieve. Avoidance feeds doubt. It tells you that you're not ready or not good enough. But action breaks the cycle of doubt. When you act despite avoidance, you create evidence that challenges negative thoughts. You prove to yourself that fear is not a barrier, but a signal to move forward. This changes your relationship with fear and discomfort. Instead of running away, you learn to respect these feelings and still act. This skill is what separates people who make it happen from those who stay stuck. You might encounter resistance when you start doing what you avoid. That resistance can come from your own mind or from people around you. Some will question your choices or tell you it's too hard. Others might try to discourage you because they fear change or don't understand your vision. This resistance is normal. It is part of the process. What matters is how you respond. When you stay focused and keep pushing through, you build inner strength. That strength becomes unshakable over time. Breaking limits means stepping outside of comfort and convenience. It means choosing growth over ease. It means understanding that your potential is on the other side of avoidance. The only way to access that potential is to move toward what you fear or dislike. This movement requires courage and persistence. It requires a mindset that values progress over perfection. It requires daily choices that show commitment to your own growth. There will be times when avoidance feels overwhelming. You might feel like giving up or returning to old habits. At these moments, remind yourself why you start. Remember the person you want to become and the life you want to create. This vision can help you push through temporary discomfort. It connects your actions to a larger purpose. This connection fuels determination and keeps you moving forward. Doing what you avoid also teaches patience and humility. Growth is rarely instant or easy. It takes time to change habits and overcome fears. You will face setbacks and failures. These experiences are not signs to quit, but lessons to learn from. Each step into avoidance is progress, no matter how small. This patience allows you to keep showing up and putting in work even when results aren't immediate. You don't have to do this alone. Seek support when you need it. Find mentors, friends, or coaches who encourage you to face your avoidance. Share your goals and struggles with those who want to see you. Their encouragement and accountability can make the process easier. But remember, the ultimate responsibility is yours. No one can do the hard work for you. You must be willing to take the first step and keep going. Every time you choose to do what you avoid, you rewrite your story. You change the narrative from one of limitation to one of possibility. You break the cycle of fear and procrastination. You build a foundation of courage and action that will carry you through future challenges. This transformation is what pushes you beyond limits that once seemed permanent. Living a full and successful life requires this kind of bravery. It requires choosing discomfort over ease when it matters most. It means acting even when your mind screams to stop or run away. This choice defines your character. It shapes your future. It makes your dreams achievable and your goals reachable. Doing what you avoid is not just an action, but a lifestyle that creates unstoppable momentum. As you continue to do what you avoid, you will find that the impossible becomes possible. You will learn that your limits are only as real as you let them be. Every step into discomfort is a step toward a stronger, more capable version of yourself. This process never ends because growth is a lifelong journey. But each step forward is proof that you are making it happen and pushing yourself beyond what you thought possible. Number 8, wake up with purpose and follow it relentlessly. Every morning when you open your eyes, you have a choice to make. You can either drift through the day without direction, or you can wake up with a clear purpose in mind. Purpose is what gives your life meaning. It is the reason you get out of bed, even when it is hard. Without purpose, your days will feel empty and your energy will fade fast. But when you wake up knowing exactly why you must move forward, your entire life shifts. You find strength and focus that others only wish they had. Purpose is not something that just happens to you. It is something you create. It comes from understanding what matters most to you. It comes from knowing your values, your passions, and your goals. When you have a clear purpose, you have a compass that guides every decision you make. This compass prevents you from wasting time on things that don't serve you. It keeps you aligned with what truly matters. Waking up with purpose means that you start your day with intention. It means your actions are not random, but driven by something bigger than yourself. Following your purpose relentlessly means commitment without excuses. It means showing up every day, even when motivation is low or obstacles appear. Life will test your resolve and try to pull you away from your path. Challenges will come disguised as distractions, discouragement, or failure. But when your purpose is strong and clear, you will not be swayed easily. You will stand firm because you know where you are going and why it matters. This relentless pursuit creates momentum that carries you through tough times. It is important to define your purpose in concrete terms. Vague ideas will not give you the fuel you need. Ask yourself what you want to achieve and why it is important. Write it down and review it often. Let your purpose be specific enough to guide daily actions and flexible enough to grow as you do. This clarity will help you avoid confusion and hesitation. It will turn your goals from dreams into plans. Living with purpose requires discipline. It means creating routines and habits that support your goals. It means saying no to temptations that take you off track. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Without it, purpose remains just a good idea, but with it, purpose becomes reality. Discipline also teaches patience, because meaningful progress takes time. When you wake up with purpose and follow it relentlessly, you understand that small, consistent actions add up over days, months, and years. Purpose also connects you to your emotions and energy. It awakens passion and fuels your drive. When you feel connected to your purpose, your mind becomes sharper and your focus deeper. You experience less doubt and more confidence. This emotional connection keeps you going when the physical effort feels overwhelming. Purpose feeds your spirit and pushes you beyond limit. Your environment plays a role in supporting or blocking your purpose. Surround yourself with people who respect your goals and encourage your progress. Avoid those who drain your energy or discourage your dreams. Create spaces that inspire focus and creativity. Organize your time and priorities around your purpose. This supportive environment makes it easier to stay relentless in your pursuit. Sometimes your purpose will require sacrifice. You might have to give up comfort, leisure, or social distraction. These sacrifices are not losses, but investments in your future. Each sacrifice strengthens your commitment and brings you closer to what you want. When you choose purpose over comfort, you build resilience and character. This resilience allows you to keep pushing forward no matter the cost. Fear and doubt will try to block your path, but purpose will give you courage. Knowing why you do something creates a shield against uncertainty. It shifts your focus from what could go wrong to what you can gain. This shift empowers you to take bold actions, even in the face of fear. When you follow your purpose relentlessly, you move forward with clarity instead of hesitation. Waking up with purpose also changes how you measure success. It is no longer about instant results or external approval. Success becomes the satisfaction of moving closer to your goals every day. It is the fulfillment that comes from living according to your values. This mindset helps you stay patient and persistent, even when progress seems slow. It keeps you grounded in what truly matters. Purpose can evolve as you grow and learn. It is not fixed, but fluid. Stay open to new experiences and insights that refine your purpose. Regularly revisit your goals and adjust as needed. This flexibility prevents burnout and keeps your pursuit fresh and exciting. Following your purpose relentlessly does not mean rigidly sticking to one path, but adapting while keeping your core values strong. Waking up with purpose also influences how you impact others. When you live with intention, your energy inspires those around you. Your focus and determination encourage others to find and follow their own purpose. This ripple effect creates a positive cycle of growth and success. Your relentless pursuit not only changes your life, but touches the lives of many. The practice of waking up with purpose and following it relentlessly builds a life of meaning. It transforms ordinary days into powerful opportunities. It makes challenges manageable and progress inevitable. It gives you control over your future and peace of mind in your present. Every morning is a chance to renew your commitment and take steps forward. This daily practice is the foundation of all achievement and fulfillment. Living with purpose means choosing to lead your life instead of being led by circumstances. It means being proactive instead of reactive. When you wake up each day with purpose, you declare that you will not settle for less than your best. You take responsibility for your actions and their outcomes. This mindset shift changes everything because it empowers you to make it happen. No matter what stage of life you are in, your purpose can guide you. It gives direction when the path is unclear. It provides motivation when energy is low. It offers hope when obstacles feel overwhelming. Purpose is the fuel that keeps your engine running. When you wake up with purpose and follow it relentlessly, you activate the power within to create the life you want. Your journey will have ups and downs, but your purpose will anchor you. It reminds you why you started and where you want to go. It pushes you forward on days when giving up seems easier. It brings satisfaction and pride that no external reward can match. This relentless pursuit builds strength, confidence, and character that lasts a lifetime. Every day you have the opportunity to wake up with purpose and follow it relentlessly. This simple choice will define your future. It will shape your character and determine your success. Purpose gives your life meaning and makes every effort worthwhile. When you embrace this mindset, you take control of your destiny and make it happen. Number 9. Stop waiting for help and make it happen. Waiting for help can become the greatest barrier between where you are now and where you want to be. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that success will come only when someone else gives you permission, support, or resources. That mindset can keep you stuck in place, watching opportunities pass by while you wait for conditions to be perfect. But life rarely hands out help exactly when you want it. Waiting for the right person to come along or the perfect moment to arrive is a risk you cannot afford. The truth is, your progress depends on your willingness to act now with what you have and make it happen by yourself. Relying on others to solve your problems or open doors for you means giving away your power. It is like handing over the keys to your future and hoping someone else will drive the car. That's not how growth works. Your success starts with a decision inside you to stop being a passenger and become the driver of your life. Waiting for help keeps you passive. Taking action puts you in control. The longer you wait, the more you give up chances to learn, improve, and build confidence in your own abilities. It's important to recognize that help might come at some point, but it should never be the foundation of your effort. You can't count on external support as the reason you move forward. You have to build momentum on your own. When you stop waiting and start doing, you create your own opportunities. You begin to attract resources, ideas, and people who want to support your journey. But that happens because you are already moving, not because you pause for help to arrive. Taking responsibility for your progress means accepting that obstacles are part of the process. You might not have everything you want or need immediately. You will face setbacks and difficulty. That's part of the journey everyone faces. The difference is what you do while waiting. Do you sit back hoping for help? Or do you push through with what's available? The people who succeed are those who act even in uncertainty. They find ways to work with what they have, rather than complain about what they don't. This mindset shift is not easy. It requires courage to face the unknown without a safety net. It demands confidence in your ability to learn and adapt. You must believe that your efforts will pay off, even if the path is unclear. Taking action independently builds resilience. Every step forward teaches you something valuable and strengthens your ability to handle future challenges. This experience is more valuable than waiting for perfect conditions. It's also important to understand that waiting for help can come disguised as excuses. You might say, I don't have enough money, or I need more experience, or I have to wait for someone's approval. These excuses hold you back from taking responsibility for your growth. Instead of focusing on what you lack, focus on what you can do right now. Taking small, consistent steps builds progress. Each action moves you closer to your goals. Waiting only delays your future. Taking charge of your success means becoming resourceful. When you can't find the perfect solution, create your own. Look for alternative ways to achieve your goals. Seek knowledge from free sources. Connect with people who share your passion, or start small projects that build your skill. Being resourceful is a habit that grows stronger every time you act without waiting. This habit will serve you well in every part of life, because challenges are inevitable. Another important point is that waiting for help often creates a mindset of dependence. It trains you to believe that you are not enough on your own. This belief undermines your confidence and holds you back from taking risks. When you choose to make it happen independently, you prove to yourself that you are capable. This sense of self-reliance opens doors to creativity and innovation. You stop looking outward for approval and start trusting your judgment. Many successful people share stories of times they had to start alone with limited resources. They didn't wait for permission or help. They took initiative. This willingness to act first and figure things out later is a defining trait of achievers. When you stop waiting for help, you join this group of people who take control and create their own path. It's a powerful step toward fulfilling your potential. Your mindset is critical here. Instead of thinking, I need help to succeed, think, I will succeed by working hard and learning along the way. This positive self-talk changes your energy and behavior. It builds momentum because your thoughts guide your actions. Confidence replaces doubt. Action replaces hesitation. This is how you create progress, even when the world feels uncertain or unsupportive. The feeling of waiting can also cause frustration and anxiety. When you sit idle hoping for help, your mind can spiral into negative thinking. You question your worth, your timing, and your decision. Taking action breaks this cycle. It gives you a sense of accomplishment and forward motion. Every small success builds your morale and helps you overcome fear and self-doubt. Even if help arrives later, your independent action will make you stronger. You will be more prepared to use that help effectively. You won't rely on it as a crutch, but as a tool. This mindset ensures that when opportunities or support come your way, you capitalize on them fully. Waiting for help without acting wastes time and reduces your ability to benefit from assistance. When it finally appears, it's important to develop a daily habit of doing what you can instead of hoping for more. This might mean setting achievable goals, making plans, and taking deliberate steps. These consistent efforts become the foundation for your success. Over time, you will look back and realize that your decision to stop waiting and start acting was the turning point in your life. Your future is not in someone else's hands. It is in yours. Every moment you spend waiting is a moment lost. The world rewards those who take initiative and show commitment. Your willingness to make it happen, regardless of outside help, sets you apart. This is how you build a life of achievement and fulfillment. There will be moments when help seems necessary. In those moments, keep moving anyway. Use your own strength to push forward. This teaches you that you can handle whatever comes your way. Self-trust grows with every challenge you face independently. This inner strength becomes your greatest asset. Waiting for help is a passive choice that delays your growth. Choosing to make it happen is an active choice that accelerates your progress. It requires grit, determination, and focus. It demands you believe in your capacity to learn, adapt, and overcome. This belief is what changes dreams into reality. Your life's story depends on the actions you take today. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect person, or the perfect resource. Start now with what you have and who you are. This is the power you hold within yourself to create change. Your commitment to making it happen is the most reliable form of help you will ever receive. Taking full responsibility for your success creates freedom. Freedom from excuses, from doubts, and from limitations imposed by waiting. This freedom allows you to explore new possibilities and grow in ways you never imagined. When you decide to make it happen, you step into your true potential. Your journey will challenge you to keep going without waiting for others to rescue you. But each challenge strengthens your resolve. Each step you take builds momentum. The progress you make will be a source of pride and inspiration. This journey of independent action builds character that lasts a lifetime. Trust yourself enough to take that first step. Trust that your efforts will lead to growth. Trust that making it happen is within your power right now. This trust fuels action. Action transforms your life. The decision to stop waiting for help and make it happen is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Number 10. Push past comfort or stay stuck where you are. Comfort feels safe. It's a place where everything is familiar and predictable. You know what to expect, and there is no surprise or risk. But comfort is also the place where growth slows down or stops altogether. When you stay comfortable, you stop expanding your abilities, your mindset, and your possibilities. The choice to push past comfort is the choice to challenge yourself, to face uncertainty, and to embrace discomfort, because that is where real progress happens. The truth is that comfort is often an illusion. It hides the fact that while you feel safe, you might actually be stuck in patterns that limit your potential. Staying where it's easy can create a false sense of contentment. But deep inside, there is often a whisper of dissatisfaction. You might feel frustrated, unfulfilled, or restless without really understanding why. That feeling is a signal that you need to push beyond what feels easy and comfortable. Growth never happens in the comfort zone. It requires stepping into areas that feel unfamiliar or difficult. That's where you learn new skills, gain new perspectives, and build strength. The discomfort you feel is a sign that you are moving forward. If it doesn't feel a little challenging, then you might not be pushing hard enough. Avoiding discomfort means avoiding progress. This idea applies to every part of life: your career, your relationships, your health, and your personal development. Whether it's having a difficult conversation, learning a new skill, waking up earlier, or making tough decisions, growth demands discomfort. You can choose to stay where you are and accept the limits of comfort, or you can push yourself to do what's hard today so your tomorrow looks different. Fear often keeps people stuck in comfort. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. All these fears make the comfort zone look attractive. But living under the control of fear is like living a half-life. Fear steals your power to act. You have to recognize fear for what it is: a natural feeling that signals you are on the edge of growth. Pushing past fear means pushing past comfort. Pushing past comfort means creating new habits. Habits are the foundation of who you become. If your habits keep you comfortable, they limit your progress. Changing habits requires effort and discipline, especially at the beginning. The first few times you push yourself to do something difficult, it might feel overwhelming. That's normal. Over time, these challenges become easier because you build mental and physical strength. One of the most common reasons people remain stuck is because they wait for motivation to make changes. Motivation is temporary and unreliable. Discipline is what carries you through discomfort when motivation fades. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. This is how you push past comfort every day. Small, consistent actions taken with discipline create lasting change. You might wonder if discomfort is worth it. The answer lies in the results you want. Comfort keeps you exactly where you are today. If that place doesn't satisfy you, discomfort is necessary. The pain of growing is temporary. The regret of staying stuck lasts much longer. Every successful person has faced discomfort and made a choice to keep moving forward, despite it. Sometimes pushing past comfort means making sacrifices. You may have to give up leisure, ease, or short-term pleasure to achieve long-term goals. This trade-off is part of the process. It's important to understand that comfort and success rarely coexist. You can enjoy rest and relaxation, but these moments should come after effort, not before. Rest earned from hard work feels different from comfort earned from avoidance. Pushing yourself also means changing your mindset about failure and struggle. Instead of seeing them as signs to stop, see them as evidence that you are on the right path. Every struggle is an opportunity to learn. Every failure is a step closer to success. People who stay comfortable avoid failure at all costs. Those who push past comfort embrace failure as a natural part of the journey. It's essential to surround yourself with people who support your decision to grow. If your environment encourages comfort and excuses, it will be harder to push yourself. Seek out individuals who challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. Being around people who accept discomfort as part of success helps you stay committed when you feel like giving up. Pushing past comfort is not a one-time event. It's a daily commitment. Each morning presents a choice. Stick to old routines or try something new that challenges you. This choice shapes your future. The more often you choose challenge over comfort, the stronger your confidence and resilience become. Eventually, what once felt uncomfortable will become normal. You don't have to leap into massive changes all at once. Start with small steps that stretch your limit. Maybe it's speaking up in a meeting, trying a new workout, or dedicating extra time to learning. These small actions accumulate. Over time, they build momentum and prepare you for bigger challenges. Growth is a process, not a moment. Your comfort zone can feel like a prison if you let it. It locks you in by convincing you that staying safe is better than risking failure. Breaking out means facing uncertainty, but it also means opening the door to possibility. When you push past comfort, you discover strength and talents you didn't know you had. You realize that your limits were mostly in your mind. Every person who has achieved something meaningful has faced discomfort. They have pushed themselves beyond what was easy or familiar. They didn't wait for the perfect conditions or the right feeling. They acted despite fear, tiredness, or doubt. This consistent push is what creates momentum. Momentum turns effort into progress and dreams into reality. Remember that discomfort is temporary. It passes faster than you think if you keep moving. If you stop, it stays longer because you stay stuck. It's like muscle soreness after exercise. It hurts in the moment, but builds strength over. Growth through discomfort feels the same. The pain of change is brief compared to the reward of improvement. Life doesn't reward those who avoid discomfort. It rewards those who take risks and keep going when it's hard. This doesn't mean you should ignore your limits or push recklessly. It means recognizing when comfort is holding you back and choosing to act anyway. This choice is an act of courage and self-respect. Your ability to push past comfort shapes your future. It determines how far you can go, how much you can achieve, and who you become. You have the power to decide whether you stay stuck or move forward. That power is yours in every moment. Choosing to act despite discomfort is the difference between a life lived fully and one that remains ordinary. The path forward will not always be easy or smooth. You will encounter challenges that test your resolve. But each time you push past those moments, you become stronger. The discomfort that once stopped you becomes fuel for your journey. This is how progress happens, step by step. Comfort feels good in the short term. Growth feels good in the long term. Choosing growth means choosing a future full of possibilities. It means refusing to settle for less than you are capable of. It means waking up every day ready to face what needs to be faced, even when it's uncomfortable. This is the path to fulfillment, achievement, and meaning. Your life depends on the choices you make right now. Choose to push past comfort. Choose to challenge yourself. Choose to keep moving forward even when it's difficult. That choice will shape your destiny. It will open doors you never imagined. It will reveal the best version of yourself. This is the power of pushing beyond comfort and never settling for less.